Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Grade 5 Unit 2. This is for Week 4 instructions. Just a reminder, our overall driving question for the unit is going to be how do plants and animals help in the transfer of different materials and energy. So as we go through this week, definitely keep thinking about some of the processes that we've been talking about with photosynthesis and the movement of matter in our ecosystems. This week, we're going to be looking specifically at a cycle called the water cycle. For those of you that are from the Milwaukee area, we are going to be going on a field trip in a couple weeks that is going to be to the Discovery World. I should say it's going to be in a couple months. And that's definitely a place that you're going to be wanting to look at the water area, which is going to be its own separate area. But this is going to be the gist of the water cycle and how it helps in the movement of matter in our ecosystems. So the first thing that I want you to do this week is log into Discovery Education and watch the video that you see to the right here. As you watch, think about the process of the water cycle. So think about the steps. Think about how the water cycle helps the earth and helps humans, really. Then what I want you to do is draw a diagram on paper of what the water cycle looks like. Make sure to include the key parts of the cycle: evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and infiltration. And make sure that you, as you create a cycle, that you include pictures. So this could be either hand-drawn or from the internet. After you've done that, I want you on the same Google document to answer the following questions below. You're going to define evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and infiltration, so those four major steps. Why you think the water cycle is so important, and I want this to be in a couple sentences because you're going to be using this information for your assignment this week. And then how do you think the water cycle contributes to the movement of matter in ecosystems? So you're taking it all together and you're going to synthesize why this cycle is important. And remember, be as specific as you can because you'll be using this in your writing this week. For your week 4 math connection, this is going to be some addition, subtraction, and the use of different operations. So you're going to go open your Unit 2 Math Connections document, and you're going to answer these questions. Like I said, most of these are going to be based specifically on numbers and operations, so you can use whichever number or operation you need to answer those questions. Your writing connection this week is going to be putting all of the water cycle together. So last week we talked about photosynthesis. You should already have a section on matter and movement in our ecosystems. Now you're going to be having a 12 to 15 sentence paragraph that is going to be your section for the water cycle. So with that, the things that you need to include, and most of these you probably already have written, is what is the water cycle? Explain what the different key parts of the water cycle are, so evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and infiltration. How does the water cycle benefit our Earth, so think in general, and how does this water cycle contribute to the movement of matter? So think back to how we talked about that photosynthesis moves matter, and humans move matter, and animals do. Water is another process that moves matter.